I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
Nie patrz tak, bo czuję się źle, że zabieram wam jedzenie.
Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got...
You said you'd shoot arrows at the cumans. You can use a bow.
Yeah, I'm pretty handy with it. I train up there, on the cliff, whenever I have a free moment. And the hares hanging in Ma's kitchen didn't just walk in by themselves. If they'd let me take part in the tournament at Trusky Castle, I'd beat all the men hands down, but that'll never happen. So I have to make do with hares and a straw mannequin.
Are you managing here all right?
We don't complain. We mostly live off the woods, and when we need something else, we buy it or get it from the villagers. Mostly, I weave baskets. And me and Ma brew ointments and potions. Then I go around the villages selling them, or I barter them for stuff we need. Sometimes folk come here to us, when it's something serious.
How
Czemu tu
come you live
mieszkacie?
here and not in the village?
Oh, that's hard to explain. It's just the way things turned out. And Ma and... Look, that's our affair, and we won't talk about it. Sorry.
Is anything interesting happening around these parts?
Them bandits is riding roughshod over the place. It's about time Lord von Burgau rousted them out. But I reckon you know something about that, huh?
You got that right.
And there's to be a big wedding. Young Lord Semon's gonna marry the daughter of the bailiff of Truskovitz, Thrush. That's the biggest thing happening. Apart from that... A band of nomads turned up here. They got a camp somewhere down by the pond. Take care then.
Woło nas.
Those corpses have been taken care of. They're gone to rest by the stream.
Oh, thanks, Henry. I appreciate it. You did what you could. Me and the gravedigger will do the rest, so I ain't stuck with that corpse forever. Take care now. And go.
Good day to you. God be with you.
Review, Henry. Kurde, no mapa wygląda całkiem sporo, nie? Wydaje się być chyba większa ta gierka niż jedynka, nie wiem. Ale nie wiem ile większa.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trosky Castle right away.
What about Mutt? He's bound to be looking for us, and we can't just abandon him.
Henry, I like your dog, but that's not our priority right now.
He saved my skin.
So did I. First Trosky, von Bergov and the mission, then we can look for your dog.
All right. But the moment things are sorted out, I'll go looking for him.
I'd expect no less of you. So, should we get going?
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long
Yanking
since
my
over the
pizzle.
hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll
One
surely
day.
get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going.
Nie chciałem get going jeszcze, tam było... Tam coś jeszcze chciałem powiedzieć, to pierwsze. Niesamowite, dostaliśmy hajs jeszcze. Jedzenie jeszcze bym się spodziewał, że możemy dostać, ale pieniądze? Pieniądze już ciężej. GG. Znowu? Fajnie.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
Radość nie trwała długo.
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Co to tak pusto jest w ogóle? O, ktoś idzie?
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am? No, we fucking don't! I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Siema, synku, witam serdecznie.
To Ratai! Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send 2 vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and it's
Nie ma
sealed.
kogoś jak
How
kapitan Tomasz.
terribly unfortunate you are.
Bo jednak
The
jest.
captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not. Get your shitty hands off me!
Przewrót w tył zrobił.
No, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Będziemy chlać? A nie mamy za co chlać.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Well, she's not far
No,
off.
zajebiście jest to
We look
zrobione.
like a couple of beggars and we stink even worse.
Zastanawiałem się, w jaki sposób to będzie przedstawione. I miałem nadzieję, że przez to, że nagle jesteśmy się biedni, no bo nas obrabowali ze wszystkiego, to nie będziemy mieli tam wstępu i tak faktycznie jest. Bo to ma dużo sensu.
The fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
Musimy się umyć.
Well, we could track down those bandits and get our letter back. With that, they'd have to let us in.
How do you intend to do that? Ask them nicely. Please, kind bandits, pretty please, can we have our letter back? Or do you want to charge them in these rags and hope our stink knocks them out, eh?
No, I was thinking more like we could find a good spot to ambush them, stealthily. We could manage to take them, even just the two of us. Take them down one at a time, one after another.
Right. And with what? Sticks and stones? Henry, use your head. That would be suicide.
Well then, we might as well just head back to Ratai.
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
I'm sure Sir Hanush would understand.
He might, but he'd never let me forget it. I can guarantee you that. We've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
Ciekawe jest to, że my tylko w 6 tu byliśmy.
I'm just as much to blame for their deaths as you. We're in this together.
At least we should give them a proper burial as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenis. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are,
What the hell is that?
gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that, and there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
Zakochał się Henryk?
What is it? That's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for?
I bear that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her!
Ja śmierdzę gównem, to jak ona ma zareagować na to?
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Widzieliśmy się nad
You're the
stawem.
one from that pond.
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Thought we divided
I
up
heard
fairly,
half
but
about
that toe rag only gave me the innards.
Jedliśmy się nad stawem.
Him and his men were attacked by bandits. Most of them are dead.
Jesus Christ!
Lord von Berghoff is beside himself and won't allow his soldiers out the castle.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back. Are you blind?
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
Widzieliśmy się nad stawem.
We saw each other by that pond.
What pond? I haven't been at any pond.
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
You were washing laundry, and these bandits attacked you. I was in the water, and I distracted them from you.
That's nice of you. Helping some unfortunate girl. But it wasn't me. You're mistaking me for someone else.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Please, I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
But I can't.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Ale przynajmniej jestem czysty.
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Ready for what?
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you'll work your debt off, like I said.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. Two men
Henry,
can
nie?
finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
Ale ogólnie mam wrażenie, że coś jest nie tak z jego twarzą. Czasem mam w ogóle wrażenie, że on ma usta odwrotnie. Bo on ma usta do góry jakby. Jak mówi, to jakby otwierają mu się do góry przy niektórych kwestiach dialogowych.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than fighting bandits in the woods.
To było normalnie.
It's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
From far away.
I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
Is this the only tavern here?
In Troskovitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight.
Young lads.
But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask.
Wytrych trzeba
Try
znaleźć.
find the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
Złodzieje.
I've heard things all right.
Well then, be careful.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you, so you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bathhouse wench.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
Where's the wedding going to be?
That's a mean, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Who is this Semin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Semin. The fort and the village belong to him. Old Jan Semin is the head of the family. And his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting hitched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Semin is his vassal.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Ciekawe, kiedy Polaka spotkam.
And careful with them sacks. Here it comes.
We'll talk about it later.
Ciekawe, czy ptaszek powie, że jej pomoże.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Berghoff is about to leave the castle.
Sacre! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like von Berghoff will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
No.
Well, I don't exactly have a plan, actually.
God's hat, do I have to do all the thinking for us? I suppose we could stand at the side of the road and wait for von Berghoff to pass.
Witam serdecznie.
I'd say the wedding's a much better bet.
We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
Oburzy się.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Masz pojęcie, jak ty wyglądasz? Ty zajebisty jest ptaszek.
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. As if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
Mi się mega podoba. Czy lepiej wygląda? Ja uważam, że wygląda jak jedynka. Ale to, co się działo do tej pory, wszystko było zajebiście zrobione. A to jak się gra, no to praktycznie 1 do 1 jedynka, może w niektórych miejscach jest lepiej, ale to może być kwestia tego, że mam gorsze detale. Znaczy, że w jedynce miałem gorsze detale.
You know, sir, not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Ordinary people have to work their whole lives. So you should be able to manage it too. At least for one day.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
So, which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of
też.
everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labour, it wouldn't be such an offence against divine order as in my case. Pure blood, noble status and that. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bella Torres and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
Aha, zastanawiam się, czemu to jest jedno białe, drugie czarne, a to jest po prostu dziura w tym... A, wy tego nie widzicie. Tam jest dziura w tej bramie.
We don't have time for your spoilt brat manners now. Either we get to work, or we'll be stuck here forever.
Manners? I'll put manners on you. It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then. So...
That is a what?
Right.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? Well, giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find
No,
much in a
klasa.
trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry. Such is my nature.
Zajebisty jest.
Easy does it. Deep breath.
Co to jest? Ten wykrzyknik zadanie pewnie. Nie, ciekawe miejsce. A to? Z lwem w herbie? Jest tu jakaś legenda? Skąd wie, co to oznacza?
We'll talk about it later.
God, I'm bored. I'm supposed to move the sacks. Are you guarding them?
Aye. Thank God someone's bothered to come at last. The quicker sacks are moved, the better. You'll have your work cut out on your own. But don't look at me. I ain't gonna help you. I'll move each sack so you can get a better grip on it. But don't expect no more from me. Hey, get them out of here.
Jeszcze 4.
What did I do to you?
My tu wszyscy mają imiona? Nie, to są wieśniaki. A ty sobie Blissful ściągnąłeś mody? Jakieś? Nie ściągałem.
Listen to this.
Ciekawe w sumie.
Probatio, qui dicit non qui negat.
Is that supposed to be Latin?
That's supposed to be Latin.
No. And I doubt you do either.
The burden of proof is on the one who declares, not on the one who denies. So you see, I speak Latin. I've just proven to you that I'm a nobleman.
You've proved fuck all. Remembering some words you heard in church doesn't make you a nobleman.
You're just an idiot, a stupid, ignorant village yokel.
Hey, your insults are starting to fucking annoy me. I don't care.
Oh yeah? Well, you've been annoying me the whole time.
He comes here from God knows where, talks out of his ass, and is then rude to boot?
I'll have you all horsewhipped for this one day, you curs.
You should be careful you don't get a beating first.
Hello?
You know what? I've had enough of your bullocks. Sit down and shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you.
Just try it, you worm. Just try it.
I might just do that.
No się
You
bić?
should be more sympathetic towards people who've been ambushed when you've got so many bandits and other rabble here.
We are sympathetic, but you're no nobleman, just an ordinary big mouth.
How can you say that, you numbskull? I keep telling you we lost everything.
Would a sensible nobleman set up camp in such a stupid place? Somewhere by a pond? Out in the open?
What do you know about it?
More than you, judging by the shit you talk.
Damned insolence.
Zajebista interakcja. Pozdrawiam. Ja jeszcze mam moda na udźwig i moda na kwiatki. Bo ten udźwig to jednak... W jedynce mnie denerwowało, nie? Ale finalnie go nie ściągnąłem, a tutaj stwierdziłem, że od razu się o to
What did you say?
pomartwię.
Say it again.
It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Stop insulting our dead companions.
What dead companions? You think I'm gonna fall for that cock and bull story?
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
You want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared. Hey, you! Get your sweetheart and fuck off out of our village. Both of you.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me? Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
Dał mu bombę.
Go to hell!
You should have fucking stayed out of it. You stop.
Ucieczka!
Slice him up.
I'll hack your ass off.
Yeah! Don't stare it!
And us?
Slice him up! Oh, shame on you!
We can go Oh, rip your ass open!
Jak to odznacza?
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak... You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle, but no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve.
If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess.
Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
No, you mają cela.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child.
Spoiled child? You're in danger of crossing the line, Henry. Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
I don't fucking believe it. You're really gonna blame me for it? It was you who caused the brawl.
And who was too scared to speak? Well, if it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world
simple
works.
peasant.
And you're a spoiled brat who can't even hear himself.
What the fuck did you say? I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
That's enough. Don't you fucking realise how badly you've been wronging me all this time? I bend over backwards for you. I tolerate all your stupid fucking whims. And what do I get? Insults and accusations. But right from the start, you acted like you were on some nobleman's outing. All you cared about was whoring and boozing. You know full well the ambush was your fault, and now you're kicking out so you don't have to admit it.
What do you...
But let me finish. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth like you, but unlike you, I'd have managed to deliver that message. And that's because I'm responsible and know how to behave in a way that doesn't make me feel ashamed. In a way that would make my parents proud of me.
Which parents do you mean? Radzig?
Aye, Radzig, let's say. Nobody could be proud of you, Capon.
Oho,
Nobody.
ale mu się smutno zrobi. I'm sorry.
We'll see who's proud of who.
Jednak coś odpowiedział. Myślałem, że się zamknie.
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that...
Otto.
Jeszcze jeden dzień?
Oh, shit. Right, where were we?
Nie, jednak wypuszcza.
Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do? You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Berghoff at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
Yeah. If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
No nieźle. Zbrodnia i reputacja. Każde twoje działanie niesie ze sobą pewne konsekwencje. Jeśli popełniasz zbrodnię, otaczający cię świat i ludzie zareagują na nie. Czym jest przestępstwo?
Suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up lord of Perkstein.
Henry? Aye. You're in the right place. Over here.
How do you know my name?
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days, but I didn't make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you. The scene you made brought out nearly all of Troskowitz.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well. Not many people can make such a strong
Może wystarczy mu, jak nigdy nie próbowałem.
But look on the bright side.
Hmm?
Now things can only get better.
Yes, you're probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Unless somebody tries to kill me. Again.
You're still alive in one piece. It's a new day and the sun is shining. Like Tomcat always says, bruises build character.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway? What do you do?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like
Tyle tu działało w Red Deadzie?
pretty good. You're from here, right?
I ain't. I'm just passing through.
You're something like a wanderer.
Nah, I usually find work with someone, stay for a while, and once I save a bit, I move on.
Then why are you begging here?
Sometimes
zwracałem
I
uwagi na takie
collect
rzeczy.
herbs for the apothecary, or help in the tavern. But I'd like to go somewhere else, so I'm scraping up whatever I can. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller, or a nomad. But don't say it too loud, the locals don't take kindly to them.
Why?
Because they're different, and it scares people. They travel from place to place and take their home with them.
I'd like to see what their homes look like.
You can go and see them, just don't stare too long.
O, Schleimer, witam serdecznie.
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why?
Why? Because you look like you need it.
I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciated a helping hand is in times like that.
Jest gra na
Where
dwójka,
are
to
you
prawda.
headed? If you're only passing through here.
For work, to the city. I'm tired of serving landholders. They all promise the moon, but then you're eating stale bread, cold porridge, and a nary a groschen in sight. With the city folk, it's bound to be better.
You said you were going to a city. You mean like to Prague? Or somewhere
Jest spoko
further?
optymalizacja,
I'd
no.
like to go to Prague, but I don't know anybody there. In Kuttenberg, at least I have a cousin.
Aha. So you're going to visit her?
Well, she doesn't know it yet. But I won't be troubling her long, just until I find a way to make a living.
What do you want to do in the city?
I'll find something. I'm not afraid of work. I'm not half-witted. Maybe someone could use a cook or a servant.
Don't get your hopes up. The city can be a pretty dangerous place for a girl on her own.
You mean they don't hand out groschen by the bucketful? And the streets aren't full of roasted stuffed geese? I appreciate your concern, but I have to get to the city first.
Do you know anything more about Tomcat?
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Ja gram w ogóle na bardzo wysokich, nie? Blissful.
Do you think
Ale
Tomcat
zobaczymy,
might teach me a
czy
few of his tricks?
jak
No
będzie dużo
offense.
akcji, to będzie git.
But compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
How does he show off for the girls?
With his muscles. He ricks logs with his hands. He even let himself be run over by a loaded hay wagon. Crazy. But to be fair to him, he sometimes helps people. Stanislav's sheep fell into a pit one time.
And Tomcat pulled it out.
And not just that, he crawled down to get it. And when he found the poor thing had a broken leg, he carried it on his back
Brzmi jak
all the
siłacz.
way home.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower, that is, by Rock Tower Pond. He watches the camp for the nomads.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but strangers usually mean trouble for them, so they're careful. Try not to stare too hard and hold your tongue, otherwise Tomcat will show you some of his other skills.
I'm practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare-assed, although that might not be a sorry sight.
Ah, very funny. I'd rather you tell me where I might get some clothes.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin, a monk's robe, or perhaps Sir Brunswick's armour?
What armour are you talking about? Sir Brunswick?
Oh, nothing. It's just a local legend. They say a famous knight lived here who killed a ferocious lion and saved a many-headed dragon.
Tak było.
Or the other way round. It doesn't matter. I don't even know.
And is the armour real?
Maybe. Maybe not. Geibel, the scribe, might know something about it. He has a lot of learned books. I don't know my letters.
I could use some armour. Proper, like, for a knight. And no rusty junk.
And you are like a knight?
Well, yeah. I don't look so good. But I swear I came here in armour, sword at my side, and on a horse.
Wow. And where is your armour, sword, and horse now?
That's a long story. And it's not a happy tale.
Well, you can hardly buy new armour now, but you might find something in the town.
Szybkie ręce? Na pewno mam szybkie ręce.
Although you'll need quick hands.
Thanks.
O, dostanę
Come in
wytrych.
handy.
Just don't get yourself caught again.
I have no money. I might as well beg on the village green like you.
The hell you will. This is my turf.
I was
Here
just
you go.
joking.
I'll skip supper. It's partly your doing anyway.
Wow. I mean, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah, don't start crying. You'd better find some work quick.
Damn. I could use a horse.
5 groszy dostałem.
It'll take years to get to Semin on foot.
Don't exaggerate. This province is small.
Still, it'll be faster with a horse.
There's a stud farm in Semin, renowned far and wide.
And which way is Semin?
Southwest from here, not too far. There's a road goes right there from the green. Just go down the hill. Once you see the walled farmhouse, you're there. Though I'll be a queen before you can afford a horse from Semin.
Do you know where I might find accommodation?
Betty in the tavern lets people sleep in the hay. But you have to pay.
I'm not going near that tavern. I'd catch hell again. Got any other ideas?
If you find some work, maybe you'll get a place to sleep too.
My main concern is getting to that wedding in Semin. Do you know anything about that celebration?
Well, yeah. People are talking of nothing else. The Lord's son is getting married to the sister of that lout he was fighting with.
How much time do you think I have? Have the preparations already begun?
From what I hear, the bride's dress still ain't finished, and blacksmith Radovan still ain't started smithing the gift for the groom.
Czyli jest sporo czasu.
No rush.
Hopefully by then I'll find a way to sneak in. Oh well, it was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going. Get a job, and so on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
Till we meet again.
Are you blind?
No, I'm not blind. Gdzie w ogóle jestem? A tu. Orzech kocur. Kowal. Młynarz. No, w ogóle ja mam szybki zapis na F5 przez tego moda. Nie ściągnąłem tego, co powinienem, tylko mam jakiegoś innego.
Did you drink away your hose?
No, I just... Sorry.
What would you like?
I met the local beggar. Barrow was her name.
She's here again? Oh, confound it. But we'll get rid of her somehow, you'll see.
What? But I...
You didn't give her any money, I hope? Rabble like that are like stray cats. Feed them once, and you'll never get rid of them.
No, she just told me you might know where I could get some armor.
Armor? Unless you want to join the local watch, I don't think I can help you. Unless maybe Radovan, the blacksmith from Takhov. We might sell you something.
But Barrow told me you might know of something better.
Normalnie ze mną gada, wyglądam jak gówno.
Brunswick?
Oh, that. Lad, 'tis but a legend.
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs in the hands of a knight.
Oh, come now. Surely you're not going to keep that legend to yourself. Do a fellow scholar a service.
Youngster, being able to piss your name in the snow doesn't make a scholar out of you.
I beg your pardon?
All right. No need to lose your temper. I'll tell
Nie
you.
udało mi się.
In short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. I don't believe it, of course. After all, I'm educated. But you'd be surprised how many fools have set off to find it.
Who exactly was this Brunswick?
You don't know, lad? Educate yourself. Brunswick was a famous Czech prince who won the lion for our country's coat of arms.
Really? How is it that I've never heard of him?
Perhaps because he never existed. Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms for helping Emperor Frederick I, known as Redbeard.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend, but a quite lovely one, I'll give you that.
Quite lovely one.
Could you recount for me the legend of Brunswick?
Well, why not?
A, tam jest punkt atutu, a przeczytałem punkt ataku.
Bohemian prince. He lived in a time when our country had an eagle on its coat of arms, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he decided to head out into the world and gain the mark of a more powerful animal.
A man after my own heart.
You may think so, but his wife was none too happy. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home, but he just couldn't be persuaded. Still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
Damn. He didn't come back, did he?
Don't skip ahead. We'll get to that. Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drawn in by an island with a mysterious mountain of amber that holds all ships and prevents them from leaving. Over time, the men on the deserted island died of starvation, leaving only Brunswick, who noticed that once a year a great bird called No came to the island to hunt. And so the clever knight hid in his horse's hide at just the right time. And when the bird came, it mistook him for prey and carried him away. So Brunswick wandered on. After some time on the road, the prince came across something unprecedented. A duel between a lion and a 9-headed dragon. So, what do you think Brunswick did at that moment?
Well, the dragon is certainly much stronger than a lion, so I suppose he sided with the dragon, right?
Nonsense. Brunswick rushed to out the lion, and together they killed the dragon. And from that time on, they were stalwart companions. The lion even followed him all the way back to Bohemia. Except, by then, it was already too late. It had already been exactly 7 years to the day since Brunswick set off on his journey. His wife, Ludmilla, who had until that time valiantly resisted all suitors, was about to remarry. But at the wedding feast, Brunswick managed to drop the ring in her cup. So it all turned out well. For Brunswick, that is. Not so for Ludmilla's new groom. But the lion took care of that.
Where did Brunswick's armor come from?
It is said that George the Lion of Württemberg brought it here. He was the nephew of Lord Chenjek of Württemberg, who built Trusky. This George spent a lot of time with King Wenceslas. A suspiciously long amount of time, if you know what I mean.
I think I get the picture.
And it is said that one day, a lion escaped from the king's menagerie, and George overpowered it with his bare hands and laid it at the king's feet, still alive. As a reward, Wenceslas gave young Württemberg the name Lion and the armor of his ancestor, Prince Brunswick. Only Sir George didn't live to enjoy it for long. He caught the plague at a tournament abroad and died on his way back to his king, specifically while visiting his uncle here at Trusky. Of course, the king wanted his armor back, but Lord Chenjek didn't want to give it to him, claiming he had the hereditary right to it. It looked like Wenceslas would lay siege to Trusky, but fortunately Lord Chenjek was completely destitute by then, so he sold all of Trusky and the armor to the king.
Chenjek was broke. How come?
Because of building his castle. Trusky may be impressive, but it's too expensive for a nobleman. Even the king had difficulty paying for such a castle.
Well, if the king was so endeared with Brunswick's armor, why did he leave it here?
Because he didn't have any choice, my friend. He never found the armor. Lord Chenjek was as cunning as a fox. While he did leave the armor here, he never told anyone where. It's said he hid it so it could only be found by a true knight, each piece in a different place. Or so they say round these parts. Who knows if there's any truth to the tale?
And do you know where I could find Brunswick's armor?
Yes, lad. If it even really exists. But I do have a little bit of advice for you. Sir Chenjek, who they say hid the armor, left behind a riddle. It's a test that must be passed by whoever wants to find it. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
And how did that riddle go?
Wait, how was it? I've got it. Take your leave of crone and maiden, standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards true midnight. In caverns cold your prize awaits. Pass through the hall of forest kings, hidden deep from hunter's gaze. Standing tall, 2 guards of stone. Behind whom yearned for treasure lays. Between them stands a mighty rock. A subtle niche, yet deeper still. A place to give one's art to God. Behold, my armor gleaming still.
The crone and the maiden towards midnight. We've got east, west,
midday, midnight? Bloody hell. I think I know where it is.
Really? Well, seems you've got something between
Siema,
your
Has.
ears then,
Witam
lad.
serdecznie.
And you know what? I've got something else for you. Sir George, who previously owned the armor, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague too, but he died of the plague
Zarma.
before he could do it. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armor, but this is certainly true because I have a copy of George's order here. Here, take it as a keepsake. And now go. How can I help you, naked fella?
Teraz mnie wyśmiał dopiero, a z nim gadałem przez długi czas. Czy nawet mnie na nic nie stać, ja mam 5 pieniędzy. Grzebień.
Why are you wasting...
A nie, mam jakieś rzeczy. Czemu ja nie jestem ubrany, jak ja mam jakieś rzeczy, żeby założyć? A to w ogóle jest crafting jakiś.
My time if you don't want anything then, eh?
Ciekawe co wójt mi powie. Chcę zgłosić zasadzkę. Tak naprawdę nie chcę, ale muszę ścikać.
No bullshit.
Be right
Just
back.
This year, the village prospered.
Wait. Is this supposed to be a chronicle?
Is that a problem?
I'm not a chronicler. Why want a raise for this responsibility?
You want what?
More money.
Do you want me to tell everyone about the time you were drunk, naked, riding on a pig, yelling about how you were Sigismund of Luxembourg himself?
Christ. So prosper, you say?
See? That wasn't so hard.
God bless, good sir.
God bless.
Master Scribe? What do you want? I just came to see if you're working. What does it look like? Well, it looks to me that instead of writing, you're just scribbling nonsense.
They're called letters, and that's exactly what I'm paid to do.
Oh, carry on then.
Niebieskie wtargnięcie. Tu ktoś jest.
Who left the door open?
Czerwone wtargnięcie.
You're not permitted to be here.
I am.
What do you want?
What does it look like?
Znowu ktoś jest. Ludzie śpią. Padłem.
Shit.
Warto było przetestować. Jak za trudne, to za trudne.
Master Scribe? What do you want?
Dobra, pójdę do informatorów, może mi coś powiedzą, gdzie mogę konia zwinąć.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Mogę tylko coś takiego zrobić. Mogę mu sprzedać rzeczy?
Pleasure doing business.
Masz grzebień. Chcę z dzikim kotem o banie i co powiedział? A to co to jest? Motor. Chłop się nadział na kolegę admina? Serio? Siema Afrikami, witam serdecznie.
Search! Show me what you've got on you.
Ja nic nie mam chyba.
Go ahead and search me.
Ja nie mam
I've got
takich
nothing to
chyba
hide.
problemów.
Everything in order. Carry on.
Też nie, miałem problemy, ale to zupełnie... Miałem problemy, nie wiedziałem jak je znaleźć. A one polegały na tym, że... Z jakiegoś powodu mi się kamera odpalała na 4K i zżerało mi procesor. Praktycznie cały. I przez to miałem spadki FPS-ów o 200, no ale to chyba nie o to ci chodzi.
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takoff again. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Zelievites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean, more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region, now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Ktoś coś mówił w ogóle o lagach od myszki
I was just visited by a peasant from
z tydzień
Shadar.
temu.
He's been talking
Ja
my
nie wiem
ears
kto.
off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you.
I co, i młody coś planuje z tym zrobić, Has? Bo chyba... A ty coś będziesz z tym robić, tak? A, to ty mówiłeś, okej.
I'd like to report an ambush. Some scoundrels attacked my lord's retinue and killed our men.
That's a serious matter. Where is your lord?
Well, he left.
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself, and why not directly at the castle. He has that right as a lord.
It's a long story. My lord got very angry and then went missing.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making it up or lying to me. But if you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord here and we can talk it all over calmly? I'm sorry, lad, but until then, I've got more important things to do.
I need to speak with Sir Otto.
With the Royal Chamberlain? Are you yanking my official pizzle?
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy, but he's still in Prague. He's hardly ever here. Chamberlain Ulrich is in charge of things.
And where do I find him?
Where do you think? Up in the castle.
But they won't let me in there.
What do you want me to do about it? That's your problem. I'm not going to put in a word for you. I hardly know you.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory with me yesterday. Have you seen him?
I can't help you with that. You'll have to find him yourself.
Okay. Chyba na północ polecę. O kurde. Ja to mam biec z buta? A jeśli tak było ogólnie, że dostał tego banika od kolegi admina, to w sumie smutne. I nic się z tym nie stanie ogólnie, nie? Nic się nie zmieni.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad, so far.
A tu jest gniazdo. Ja nie mogę kamieniami rzucać? Kiedy jego tempo z gry z bana oglądamy? Nie wiem. Ktoś weźmie.
Greetings. Do you need...
Ja to z ciekawością bym zobaczył tego demko tego 13-latka, co mi pisał na tym, na YouTubie. Jakieś.
God, why? Have you
Ona
come to
chyba.
break some more stuff?
You're up there.
Hey, innkeeper, that beer. What did I do to you?
Kontent, żeby ocenić trollowo kolegów. On nie miał przed chwilą też jakiegoś bana w ogóle? Jakiegoś, nie wiem, na 2 tygodnie czy coś? Mi się kojarzyło, że on też nie grał, bo bana miał. Ta, on mi napisał na tym, na YouTubie pod jakimś filmem.
Have you come to break some more stuff?
To się pytał mi, co ma teraz robić, nie? Napisał, że ma 13 lat, ma dużo elo i co ma robić. Więc go zapytałem, jaki ma nick, no i podał ten... Już nie pamiętam jaki, no ale w każdym razie napisałem, zapytałem na Discordzie. I ona tydzień, ale on miał za griefing chyba, nie? Też. A, za platform abuse. Nie no, jak ma 13 lat, to nie jest do bana. Face ID do 13 roku życia. Tu raczej może być ciężko, ewentualnie Bonek jakby był, ale nie wiem czy jest Bonek albo Rejto. Rejto może też coś wiedzieć. Albo SMQ. SMQ, Rejto, Has i Bonek. To no Repo będzie wiedział pewnie, nie? Ale mówię o osób, które mogły być na czacie. U mnie. Bo może ktoś z nich jest i słyszy. Kurde, to się w ogóle psuje. Dobra, stąd trzeba się zmyć. I... Kurde, no szukanie psa wydaje się być atrakcyjne. Może mój koń żyje. Szansa, że mój koń żyje jest praktycznie 0%. Ale z drugiej strony pójście do Kowala też brzmi spoko. Nie, pójdę do A. Będę tam szedł przez 10 lat, ale idę. No za bardzo to ja nie pomogłem. Ale spoko.
Greetings.
Spoko, miłego życzę. Ciekawe, czy w tej grze tak samo się to podnosi. Co mu powiedziałem? Powiedziałem mu, że zobaczę kiedyś z ciekawości jak gra. Czemu nie może 3K przekroczyć? Mówię, że go dojadą, tak? Wtedy. Ale to... Aha, ja mówiłem, że od 13 roku życia jest Face It. No to jeśli ma ukończone 13 lat, no to nie wiem, czy coś mi się powinno stać. Co prawda na platformie ma, wiesz... chyba konto założone, nie wiem, 2 lata temu czy coś. W ogóle co się da dać tutaj? To wezmę, bo brzmi spoko. Dzień dla nóg bym chciał jak najszybciej, standardowo. Siema, Rachus, witam serdecznie. Zobaczymy jak z tym młodym będzie. To nie jest intro. Jestem na... Przecież nie wiem kiedy się intro kończy. Więc nie wiem. Rozdzieliłem się z ptaszkiem. Zostaliśmy obrzuceni gównem przy wrotach do tego pana, gdzie mieliśmy pójść. Więc chyba jest po tym. Kiedy ten level 10? Ile tu w ogóle brakuje? A, to jest 10. Ile siły będzie rosło? Chciałbym mieć konia. Ogólnie. Marzę o koniu. Ogólnie to Amrachus poinstalowałem sobie mody. Takie, na których najbardziej mi zależało. Czyli jakieś szybkie zbieranie i... Udźwig większy.
We're an honest lot.
God be with you.
Oh, never mind then.
No i szybsze podnoszenie jest, no, całkiem git. Możemy się bić?
That's precisely what young Petsker and me are doing.
I'd be more than happy to play with you.
No worries there. I'm Bohush. Me and Petsker here are just honest-to-goodness labourers.
Not that it's any of my concern, but you don't look like labourers to me. What's with the weapons?
Well, the roads can be very perilous nowadays, so it's good to have a piece of steel for protection, right? Luckily, it usually only takes a well-aimed smack or a couple of punches, and I can lay anyone out with my bare hands.
You say you're good at wrestling?
Oh yeah, I could show you if you want.
Zgłosiłem się po partnera ogólnie. Amrachus.
I'll wager I'm a better fighter than you any day, Bohush.
Well, you need the coin up front. Come back when you get...
Ciekawe, czy dostanę jakoś szybko. Tego AdSense'a w sumie szybko mi zrobili, bo jak patrzyłem po forach na jakimś reddicie czy coś, to ludzie pisali, że tego AdSense'a im przypinało nawet 2-3 tygodnie, nie? A mi to przypięło w ciągu 6 godzin. Znaczy AdSense tylko, nie? Czyli to, że to od reklam, ale jeszcze nie zweryfikowali mi. Ciekawe, czy ktoś mi pomoże tutaj.
Hey, take him from the side. Come on, then. I'll hack your arse off.
Hey, come and help me with this bastard. Nice things. We'll finish this.
O, żyje.
Fuck, dash him on the head.
Calm down.
Enough. Pay for the damage.
Piss off.
Bo go niechcący uderzyłem, co? Bo... no, musiałem go niechcący uderzyć. Więc zobaczymy w sumie, ile mi to Amrachus zajmie, żeby to finalnie osiągnąć. To widziałem, że ludzie pisali o tym pierwszym, że...
What the fuck are you doing? Come on, then. I'll be done with you in a flash.
I'm wounded. Don't spare it.
Show your stuff.
Prawie nie żyje. Szkoda, że poprzednio uderzyłem tego gościa, którego nie chciałem. Powiedzmy sobie to założę przede wszystkim szybciej. A ty, Amrachus, oglądałeś coś tego Kingdom Come wcześniej?
You swine.
Pewnie oglądałeś dziś, nie? Bo ogólnie walka jest... Kurde, walka jest świetna, jest dużo lepsza niż w jedynce.
You're gonna get it. Do it. I'll be done with you in a flash.
Help me. I'll hack your arms off. Brace him up. Good enough. I'm wounded. Christ. Go fuck yourself. That hit home. Try it again. Yeah. Don't spare him. No match for us, fucker. Right. Go to hell. That was some butchery. That's a lot of blood. To hell with you.
Nie wiem, czy mogę go w ogóle zlutować, nie?
A bandage! Quick! Oh, I hope that's enough.
Jesus Christ, my head!
Thanks to God and the Blessed Virgin.
You're a dead man. Ha!
Ale to się dziwnie potoczyło.
You're mine.
Aha, bo oni biją bandytę, nie mnie.
You're gonna
Thanks to God
die.
and the Blessed Virgin.
Damn it! Fuck!
And it's done.
Czy on mnie bije? Nie, on bije bandytę. Lol. Oni tu w ogóle broń jakąś mieli.
My head! What
Thanks to God and the Blessed Virgin.
Jest miecz wojownika. Ale to pewnie nie będę mógł tego używać. Mogę jednak. No i teraz wyglądam kozacko, nie? Wygląda jakbym był bogaty. Jeszcze tylko konia gdzieś znaleźć. A, broń jeszcze miałem zobaczyć, miecz wojskowy. Pójdę może tędy. Chyba coś takiego, że się zbiera więcej, w sensie w większym obszarze te zioła? Było w jedynce? Zabitej dzikiej zwierzyny możesz pozyskiwać też futro, trofea i tak dalej. To brzmi spoko. Dobra, biegnę do przodu. Ciężko będzie mi konia ogarnąć, ewentualnie mógłbym gdzieś zawinąć, no ale to nawet koni nie widzę. Ale biegnę po psa. Może mój pies znajdzie mojego konia, może mój koń żyje. No. Co jest w ogóle questem głównym? No, czyli muszę iść albo tu, albo tu. Może tu ode mnie zioła kupią. W żelejowie. Tu chyba nikogo nie ma nawet.
I hear he settles in Gutenberg, and they can't prize him high enough in the city.
Were you up the last night?
Robek, gosposia.
As well. I fell asleep during the sermon.
Litka.
I'm not surprised. Sermons have been
Suszarnia?
awful lately.
A to w suszarni się suszy rośliny chyba. To jest ten budynek? W sumie nie tylko rośliny, bo jedzenie też powinno się móc się dać.
Hey, you can't just walk around here without permission.
Anything done on time? That tree will still be here long after.
No dobra, jak nie wolno, to nie wolno. Miałem się w sumie trochę porozglądać za skrzynkami, które są łatwe do otwarcia, aby sobie ulepszyć otwieranie zamków.
Lord be with you. Huh? And I was starting to think someone wanted to ambush me. Good.
Wysusz. Wszystko można suszyć? Wait. Najwyżej to wszystko się sprzeda. Siema Kubek, witam serdecznie. Co? I teraz jak mam to wszystko suszone, to co? No wysuszony, zepsuty grzyb brzmi fajnie. Czyli jest rozwalone, czyli normalnie, tak jak powinno być. Spoko gierka, no. Jest wolna, tak samo jak Kingdom Come 1. Ale jest spoko. To też wiadomo, że nie wszystkim odpowiada takie tempo gry. Na streamka na przykład nie uważam, że to jest dobra gra, ale no to mi to tam whatever. Ja i tak nie jestem szczególnie rozrywkowy. Także mi się podoba, póki co, ale zobaczymy... Zobaczymy, jakie będzie tempo tej gry, jak się zacznie więcej rzeczy dziać. Bo w sumie póki co to ten początek był świetny. Naprawdę dobry. On na moim koniu jedzie. Wróć! Kurde, no przydał mi się koń. Idę psa poszukać, bo to jest najważniejsze dla mnie. Znaleźć pieska. To jest ciekawe w sumie, jak długi jest ten Kingdom Come. Pieska. Bo jedynkę w sumie przydałem w 30 godzin, no ale nie robiłem praktycznie nic pobocznego. Więc w sumie... Znaczy kiedyś jak grałem za pierwszym razem, to sporo pobocznych zrobiłem, teraz nic nie robiłem. Siema Daber, witam serdecznie.
What the fuck is supposed to mean?
Hey, lad. What do you want? Come here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Pray for a quick death, you bastard.
Jest parę rzeczy, które są dużo lepsze. Na przykład walka jest lepsza. Walka już w jedynce była zajebista, nie?
There's something lying over there.
Ale tutaj walka jest szybsza, jest mega przyjemna. Jest trochę uproszczona.
I'm robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of Mutt.
Sterowanie jest lepsze, w sensie w walce, nie? No bo miałeś 5, tak naprawdę miałeś 6 ataków, nie? Bo miałeś skośne od dołu, boki z góry i do tego miałeś jeszcze dźganie.
A nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herbalman's place. Maybe I
Więc
should
póki co
ask
jest
her whether
spoko.
she's seen him.
No i ładnie ta gra wygląda. I podobno umiem pływać.
Oh, I can't go any further. It's too deep.
Gówno. Gówno. A przed chwilą pływałem. Jeszcze miałem strzałę w plecach. No ale ogólnie uważam, że jak się komuś Kingdom Come 1 nie podobało, to dwójka też się nie będzie podobać. O kurde, ale szybki. Bo jedynkę finalnie na 9 na 10 oceniłem. A 9 na 10 to dużo.
Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you
Pamiętam.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskowitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. If I was you, I'd ask in Troskovitz. That's where she was heading last time I saw her. And if she arrived, someone must have seen her. And you can look in the hut in her place in the loft. She keeps her things there. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
Tak, to się łączy fabularnie. Ogólnie koniec jedynki to jest początek dwójki. I to tak dosłownie, że koniec, no dosłownie koniec jedynki to jest początek dwójki. Więc fajnie byłoby wiedzieć, co się wydarzyło.
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
Więc uważam, że warto zagrać w jedynkę.
I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Samin these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
Take care, my friend.
No lepiej zacząć od jedynki, no.
Pavlena, what have you left for me? She's got unfinished work here. Clothes. If she planned to run away, she'd have taken them with her. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone
Tylko
leave it
raczej
here?
nie robiłbym tej gry Daber na twoim miejscu na 100%.
Like she got up and went straight out.
Tylko bym bardziej grał z... grał fabułę. A, no jak będziesz grać, to sobie mody poogarniaj. Na szybsze zbieranie kwiatków, na save'y wszędzie. Kurde, no strasznie rozlazłe jest to, że quest główny jeden jest tu, a drugi jest tam. Ale jak już tu jestem, to chyba na C powinienem iść na południe, nie? Tylko szkoda, że jak konia nie mam. Ale pewnie z tym questem głównym dostanę konia. A Szurkowski planuje grać na 100% na Mrachus? Czy nie wiesz? To, że on cały czas męczy tego stalkera, to jestem pod wrażeniem, że nie zrezygnował naprawdę. Raz na jakiś czas do niego przychodzę i tak patrzę na tego stalkera, jak on gra. Chyba, że go skończył ostatnio, bo nie byłem, nie widziałem. Ale on go odpalał wtedy, kiedy nie miał nic innego do roboty, nie? Żadnej gierki. Ciekawe, kiedy na jakąś bandę trafię w lasach. A w ogóle Amrachus, ile obstawiasz, że czasu minie zanim oni mi dadzą tego partnera na YouTubie? Myślisz, że to faktycznie będzie w tygodniach? Mógłbym w sumie tam pójść też. Bo tepek będzie od razu odblokowany. Nie mam konia. O, majster drwali.
Greetings, my friend.
How's the forest work going?
It's misery. The trees in the rocks are as twisted as a pig's tail. There's bugger all coin in felling them.
Bugger all coin.
How do you get along with the nomads? They don't live that far from here, right?
How do you think? I try to keep an eye on them so as they don't get under my feet here. Old Lord Semine's a good-hearted gent, and he keeps a protective hand over them. But I've seen a thing or two, and I reckon it'll come back to haunt him.
How do I get to the nomads' camp?
It's easy. Just follow the road from Semine to the west, till the end of that long meadow. And keep going till you reach the forest. You'll see their wagons there.
Why are you felling here, exactly?
Before,
Please.
we was cutting hard timber for the building works in Trotsky. But since the job's been done, we only cut for Lord Semine. He gets a bit of coin in the town for it. But I say them local pine trees is miserable wood for building. Take care, friend.
I will. W sumie w jedynce się dość późno konia dostawało. Tak jak teraz nad tym myślę. To jest informator? No. Nie wiem, gdzie zapisałem grę. O. A byłem tu. No niestety. Muszę znaleźć jakiegoś konnego i ukraść mu konia. Pójdę sobie obok tego grodu. Nie ze pozostałości grodu. Kurde, odbiję na lewo do tego miasteczka, żeby mi się checkpoint aktywował. Raczej szybka podróż. Myślę, że parę dni poczekasz. Okej. Ja już nawet zdążyłem zapomnieć, że o to pytałem. Pienki. Zaraz, odkryłem i ja tu nie mam teleportacji? To kiedy zrobił tego stalkera? Ja u niego jak byłem chyba w zeszłym tygodniu, to jeszcze grał w niego. A, kilka dni temu. Też prawda, że ciężko z tym Kingdom Come, bo jednak jest ten hardcore, nie? A on raczej kompletuje te gierki, że tak powiem. Nawet jeśli nie gra na 100%, to gra no na wiele procent, że tak powiem.
Wait, that's my Pebbles, my girl. I thought they killed you down by that pond.
Yeah, maybe not. What do you need? Hurry up, I don't have all day.
That grey horse you have grazing here is mine.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
W tym roku chciałbym mieć chyba 82% osiągnięć na Steam? Jest coś takiego, co pokazuje, ile masz osiągnięć na Steam? No nie wiedziałem, że to jest.
Look, you know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right?
I heard about it. That news spread through the land like wildfire.
And the one who sold it to you told you he found it by the pond.
A, średni stopień kończenia gier, okej.
He did, aye.
So it's not entirely impossible she belonged to me.
Maybe not impossible, but I paid for her.
Aye, but just a few groschen. You said so yourself. Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Maybe so. All right.
Dałem konia za darmo.
But you
O lol.
own one.
I to swojego.
Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her. Don't forget to get some proper tack as well. Oh, excuse me.
Wiem, ludzie tak robią.
I'd like to buy a...
All you have to... I will take... I will... I'm sure we'll find... And if you have you taken a look at... You do know...
I've already had a look at them.
Tell me then.
I changed my mind.
Wiem, on gra w normalne gry. Serio ten koń ma 750 udźwigu?
Slowly. Nice and slow.
I całkiem git w sumie. Szybko konik został ogarnięty. Tego się w sumie nie spodziewałem, że tak o. Może będziesz chciała kupić.
What would you like?
What do you have for...
Klasa, bo wszystkiego chciałem się pozbyć. A gdzie jest jej siano napisane? To jest to, tak? 57. 7, ileś.
A word about the price.
All right.
Here.
My. Thank you, and take care.
What do you have for...
Ma w ogóle coś ciekawego na sprzedaż? Nie ma.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything?
To za śmietniki. Wcześniej wjeżdżanie na konia było, w sensie wsiadanie na konia było na X. Ja się spinałem, że oni to zrobili na X zamiast na E jak w normalnej grze. I teraz to odwrócili. Na X jest sprawdzanie, co ma koń, a na E jest wsiadanie, czyli odwrotnie jak było. Ka!
Quick.
Spadł z konia? Czy tego się spodziewałem, że uderzę głową o sufit.
Praise God. What's the purpose of that pen? I see you're not grazing livestock there.
Indeed we're not, friend. That's where we learn how to fist fight.
Fist fight? How come?
Why do you think? It's a pretty handy thing to know, and it's 100 times better than sitting on your arse all day.
Does the miller know about this?
Crazel? He came up with the idea, mate. Hey, fancy having a go?
Yeah.
I'd love to try these bouts of yours. Shall we?
Wait a mo. First you need to get permission from the miller.
Crazel? Why's that?
He's the one who came with the idea and made it work. He's looking for a champion among us for the Zheleyov tavern fights. There, they have proper brawls. Not like here.
Farewell.